Hi guys, Stuart Davidson here. I'm going to run you through Hootsuite, which is a social media management tool that I use, and demonstrate to you how you can best leverage it to enhance your social media campaigns. Hootsuite is a tool that lets you integrate multiple social media profiles into its interface. It runs in your internet browser, so you don't have to download any software. You can give it a go for free using the link below this video. It does have a free option, but to unlock all the features you'll have to upgrade to the Pro package, which costs £7.99 a month. I'm going to jump right in and create a new account, which takes 2 minutes flat. Once you've signed up for the 30-day free trial of Hootsuite, you'll be directed to a window that looks like this. Now, to continue and start using Hootsuite, you just need to connect to one of your social networks. So we're going to go ahead and add Facebook to our Hootsuite interface. If you click OK just to authorize it, and we'll just import the default profile I've added. So now you see there's a connected account, and we can continue to Hootsuite. You should be automatically redirected, and you'll land on the default screen with the little Hootsuite welcome message. So I've dismissed the Hootsuite help window, and I'm just going to run you through manually how to set up Hootsuite. So as a quick overview, you'll notice it's pretty blank at the moment. So if your eyes scan around, you'll see loads of different buttons and features on the interface. We start on the top left, you'll see that when you click on the top left tab, a compose message box will open. Now this will list all the social media profiles and networks you have integrated into Hootsuite, and this is the message box which we'll come back to shortly. So let's go ahead and add a few more social networks. So if you click on the connect to Twitter button, a pop-up should appear which you can authorize your Twitter account for. So I'm just going to add another default profile to it, authorize the app, and it should direct you back. So we've just added a Twitter account, and let's go ahead and add a WordPress account too. I'm going to unclick the automatically create a new tab for this profile, so I can run you through how to do that manually as well. So we've integrated 3 profiles now. You can see them all there, and again it's still pretty blank. So what you need, next thing to do is we're going to set up some streams. So typically you'll want one tab that integrates all the basic functionality of Twitter. So if we click on add stream, you'll see a list of most of the main features of Twitter already listed. So we can go ahead and add in streams for most of these features. Let's get a good balance in. And you'll see in the background it's automatically added all the streams, and it's already populating all the data from our Twitter account. So we don't need to log back into Twitter, all the information is already available here in Hootsuite. Now, depending on your campaign strategy and objectives, there's obviously wider data and more specific data that you'll want to be monitoring and managing. So let's go ahead and add another tab by clicking the add tab button, and let's call it brand reputation. We're going to go ahead and add some streams in, and we're going to use this keyword tab and populate it with searches around our brand, so we can see anytime anyone mentions the business name, we'll be able to see that data. So I'm going to just go ahead and add in some keyword searches. And you'll see you can add up to 3 keyword phrases. So instead of setting up 3 different tabs to monitor these 3 different keywords, we can do it all in one stream. Now I've made a spelling error there, so I can click on the delete button and we can type it in again. And we'll add stream. And if it's a new campaign or a reasonably new brand or business, it's quite typical that there wouldn't be any results, but that doesn't matter too much just for now. Now we could set up extra streams here around other branding or marketing resources such as your tagline or your slogan, just so you can get a well-rounded tab set up to completely monitor your brand reputation. But for now, we're just going to leave it with the main brand names. So we're going to go ahead and set up another tab here, and we're going to call this one keywords. Now, your content or your keyword strategy might outline the fact that there are particular topic areas or subject headings that you're creating a lot of content around, and it might be worth actively monitoring those keywords so you can find out what other people are saying around the same sort of topics. So we're going to go ahead here and add in some keywords around particular topics that we're creating content around. So I'm going to click on the keyword tab, and we're going to put in something general for now, photography. We're also going to add a Twitter search in for photography. And the next article we're going to write is all about photography, a little bit more specific. So we're going to create a search for how to take the perfect picture. So you'll see the stream's already populated, so content's already been created around those particular areas, so that's good. It gives us some substance to monitor and engage with, and for now that will do. Now we're going to create another tab, and we're going to call it lists, and it's going to include streams that's collected information from different types of people that you might want to monitor in Twitter. So we're going to click on add stream, we're going to go to the lists tab, select the Twitter profile, and we're going to create a new list and call it competitors. We're going to make it private so no one can see it, and add stream. Now before you add anyone to it, there obviously won't be any results, but we're just going to add a couple of lists here. Make this private and add stream. Now if we go back to any of these other tabs we've set up, you'll notice that every time a profile is mentioned, there's a link on their name. Now that will open up a profile box with a lot of functionality, and you can take a detailed look into their Twitter account. So you can see, for instance, their timeline, every time their account's been mentioned, and what content they're favoriting. So if you look at the bottom, there's also the add to list button. Clicking on that, we can add it straight to one of the lists we've created. So let's just say this person's a competitor we want to keep track of. If we click on save, we'll go to our list tab. You'll see that all their data is already populated in this list. So it's a good way of segmenting your Twitter audience and monitoring key people and reducing all the noise from all the random followers that you might have collected. So now that you've got your tab set up, you'll want to create and schedule some content. If you click on the compose meshes box, it'll expand, and you'll see on the left your social media profile list and the editor box on the right. So let's say we want to create a sample piece of content for all three of our social profiles we've integrated. Let's write a sample post. You'll see there's some icons on the left here. One's attach image or file, so let's just go ahead and attach an image. You notice that it shows a link for Twitter. Now if you're posting to Facebook or Google+, you might want to hide that link and just share the picture. So let's select just Facebook and hide the link. Now you would also notice that next to that there's the scheduling calendar button. Clicking on that will be able to schedule the content for any time in the future. So straight away it means you don't have to log on to each of your social profiles and remain continuously active. You can schedule content in batches. They'll be sent out automatically even when you're not online. So let's schedule this for Friday at 3 PM. Let's go ahead and click schedule, and you'll see the green message scheduled. Now when you've created a bunch of content, you'll want to see it visually so you know when they're going out, and you can maintain what your content calendars will look like. So if you mouse over the left hand menu, the next tab down is called Publisher. If we click on that, you'll get an overview of the content you've scheduled. On the free version, you'll only be able to see the list view, so they'll just be all in a line down. On the free trial or upgraded version, you'll be able to see the day, month or week views. So if you have many contributors to your campaign, it's a really clear view of when content's going out and what time they're going out. Now let's say that your strategy highlights the fact that you need to share other people's content and be actively engaged. If you look on the top right of your interface, you'll see a little magnifying glass icon. Click on that will bring the quick search box open. On the left you can select either Twitter users or Facebook. So let's go ahead on Twitter and search for hashtag photography. Now if you mouse over any of the content, some more icons will appear with various options. So let's say we'd like to retweet this first message. We'd like to edit it because we want to schedule it in, and we want to send that for Friday at 3 PM. Select our Twitter profile and schedule that in. Now we also like this link that Ont Waterfalls has shared, so let's reply to him and tell him how great it is. And let's schedule this in as well. So straight away you can see that you can build up a Twitter presence or any social media presence using Hootsuite, all from one interface and with very minimal effort. It saves you a lot of time in logging into each account and managing each particular platform when you can do it all from one view. Another great feature of Hootsuite is being able to have multiple contributors to your campaigns. If you click on the tab at the top, which now says Stuart Davidson from the account name, you'll see that you can create organizations and teams of contributors. So let's just go ahead and demonstrate this to you by clicking Start Collaborating with Others. And let's call our organization Stuart. Now without setting up different profiles and integrating them all in, I wouldn't be able to run this through with you, but it's very easy to set up teams. When other people join, you'll be able to just drag and drop. Now situations where this might be very effective is if you have, for instance, content creators like copywriters or journalists that are creating content for you. You might want to only give them access to particular profiles, whereas you might have admins or managers that want to actively share that content. So you might create two teams, managers and creators, and have them managing different parts of your campaign. To make managing your teams more effective and efficient, Hootsuite has integrated a feature called Conversations, which you can find at the top right of your interface. If you click on the little conversation icon, you'll see a screen opens. Now this works very similarly to MSN Messenger or other instant messaging services, where once you create a team, you'll have all your users on the left hand side and they can talk directly to everyone internally from the interface. Now any messages that you create between each other you can also share to your social media profiles. So this can be very useful if you have a big team who are all sharing content between each other. An additional Hootsuite feature useful for managing teams is the new assignments function. If you click on it from the left hand sidebar, you'll see a screen pop up where you can assign particular tasks to particular people. Now you might have, for instance, some contributors that are actively talking to people and responding to people, and other people that are creating content calendars and sharing content. So that's a good way to assign particular people to particular tasks within your team. Hootsuite also has an analytics feature, so you can report and measure everything that you're doing. Everything in marketing that consumes investment or energy should be measured, so you know how your performance is going. And you see from the left hand side there's some preset templates. So having a quick flick over the Twitter ones, you can see the follower growth and keyword monitoring over time and your most popular links. You can create your own custom reports as well using this link here. Just open up a box and you can pick a preset template and customize it and brand it how you would. So if you have particular meetings or reports that you need to create within your teams, it's very easy, drag and drop interface where you can customize it exactly how you need. All of these widget type features can be edited and removed and customized exactly how you want. And Hootsuite works on a points system where each report takes up a certain amount of points from your account. As soon as you've run out of points, you can simply purchase more, so you can create as many reports as what you need. Hootsuite has an app directory where you can integrate a bunch of different apps into your Hootsuite interface. The most popular one that I use is YouTube. Now YouTube isn't a social media profile you can add normally like the other profiles. You have to add it through the app directory because it was introduced later on. You can see from the left there's premium apps that you can buy and a bunch of free apps that you can integrate to broaden your scope in your Hootsuite account. The one feature that I really love about Hootsuite is the Hootlet, which you can see up here on my taskbar. It's a Chrome extension that I've got installed, which basically allows you to share any page really easily without even having to log into Hootsuite. So I'll just quickly fire up a blog post that I've just been reading, and if I'd like to share that to my social profiles, I'd click on the Hootsuite button. You see a window pop up, and it'd be exactly the same as what you'd get from the Hootsuite interface in the compose message box, without having to log back into Hootsuite dashboard. So we can select a profile, we can select a time to schedule it in, and we can customize it however we want. So we could take off the tag that's been inserted, we could add another hashtag, and we can schedule it automatically. So that tool is really useful for content marketing, where you're reading articles that could be valuable to your audiences and being able to share it really quickly and easily and schedule it in to your content calendars. Hopefully that's given you a good overview of Hootsuite and how you can use it to best leverage your social media campaigns. It's a very useful tool for integrating all your profiles in, managing multiple campaigns or profiles, and coordinating many contributors all in one interface. It saves a lot of time and can really enhance your campaign management. If you have any problems using Hootsuite or want to ask me anything, feel free to just comment, and I appreciate you checking out my tutorial.